Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Luba. Greetings from the marketing team. I hope you can hear me and see me well. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm really glad that today we have this opportunity to discuss and learn together about our cookbook. It's AI Engineering Productivity Cookbook designed by Intellias Technology Office. But let me tell you more about our company, about Intellias. So we are a company created by people and for people. And with over 3K employees globally, we are mastering in different domains like automotive, agriculture, telecom, and so many more. So after the event, don't forget to check our openings. We will leave the link in this chat, and maybe the match will happen and you will find something interesting to apply for. Yeah, as I mentioned today, we will talk about AI and how you can incorporate it and make your life easier with our cookbook. But just to make it a bit better, to sweeten it up, we also will raffle the 1 year subscription for the GitHub Copilot among all of you who will share your feedback or your insights from our cookbook or from this event on your LinkedIn page. So don't forget to write something and add also the tag that we will share in the chat. And at the end of this month, you will receive the email with the lucky winner who will get this subscription from our team. Okay, so I guess that's it from my side. I want to introduce our speaker, who was actually also involved in the process of creating this cookbook, Roman. Roman is the senior .NET engineer at our team, and glad you're here tonight. And the floor is yours. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for introducing me. Okay, let me start sharing my screen. Okay. A bit information about me. So I am software engineer. Mostly my stack is .NET, and I've been using GitHub Copilot and different AI tools for speed up coding. 2.5 years, actually from trial version from beginning of Copilot released from trial version. Yeah, and I think I have enough experiences of using this and a lot of really funny moments when I even entered to interview and pass the interview and get some offer. Yeah, it was really funny, and let's go. So in this webinar, I'm going to introduce our work with AI Cookbook, some results of our discovery with different AI tools like GitHub Copilot, Tab9, AWS Code Whisper, and another tools. Yeah. We will see how AI tools implication on developers with good and not good. And I will show you some features on demo, some common features and also advanced features which I recently found and always use them. Yeah, and in the end, you can easily ask me any questions about AI tools, and I will be happy to talk about this with you. So about our work, so we made a team and we did some practical research in AI while developing some oven systems, some applications, and also we developed some interview Intellias portal where we collected some recruitment and technical feedback from candidates and from our researchers, developers. One observation from our finding is that integrating we actually selected some top AI tools, such as GitHub Copilot, Tab9, and AWS Amazon Code Whisper. Yeah, we took it into the development workflow, and tried to do different actions with that. So yeah, we did this for software engineers. It's also applicable for test engineers, QAs, and DevOps engineers. And to do this, we selected most popular stacks, .NET, JavaScript, and Java, to measure what AI tool coding is the best on the market, and do some comparisons how tool behaviors working with .NET in comparison with JavaScript or with Java. Yeah, so here is our competitors, what we choose in our discovery. So I think you had some experience with working with these tools. So here is some just basic knowledge what these tools and what about it. But in general, code suggestions and behavior almost the same for every of these tools. Okay, let me show you a bit of demo, how we did this discovery and how we decided and got results that actually GitHub Copilot for now is the best tool in the market. I'm going to do it in parallel with demo to show you cases. And let me create some function app for this. This is .NET application function app. Webinar AI tools. Okay, let it be just .NET 6, HTTP trigger, and anonymous function. Okay. Okay, so we have some code, empty project, and let me show how we did the discovery, and in general, in parallel, show you some test cases, how it's working in general. So during our investigation, we got some K parameters, K scores, for example, for in this case, how tool can generate some code and transform it from different code, for example, from some CSV documents or from JSON documents into C# code, or in Java or JS code models. Yeah, and we have a few K scores, how to measure this. And for example, let me start with first. So here is our function. I'm going to build some application, but I don't promise that it will be working in the end. Yeah, I just want to show you test main cases. So first thing, what we can do with tools, it's generate some complicated models from some fields what we have, or from JSON. For example, here I put message prompt, please add some new class with properties in camel case, because I provided in uppercase, and I know that this properties coming from some Excel document, and just to work with this, I need to create some model. And here is our result. Let me put this into new file, employee. Yeah, cool. And a moment. don't remember how I named my. Okay, let me just add new file. Okay, good. And let me add. Actually, it should come from CSV helper. And okay, usually one more note. Usually, for example, you can expect, for example, your tool, GitHub Copilot in our case, usually can generate some expected results for us. Yeah. But for example, in this case, I expect to the GitHub Copilot generate for us some import for NuGet packages, but it's not a problem. I can put it by myself. Just one moment. Yeah. Okay, found. Okay, nice. So we generated some model from string, and it can, let's say, easy speed up your work with some generating from models. Yeah, we put these prompts, just similar prompts into different tools, into AWS, Code Whisper, and Tab9, and we got actually different results, what it expected. And in our case, Copilot generates a better response because so you can see here our results. In case with Code Whisper, it even non-generate at all, nothing. In case with Tab9, it thought that it should be just attribute with CSV parser, yeah, and in case with GitHub Copilot, it generate correct response for us. Yeah, let's go through our discovery a bit more, and we'll back to develop our application. I just want to show you our discovery. So in one more case, that score in our case that we can measure. This is how AI tools can work with some external resources. And you can see here, I just ask it to add some new service with find some existing API to call that we can call and convert USD to UI hryvnias with real currency rate. And this really works good because, for example, Copilot and Tab9 has access to some external resources and real data, and it can provide some really good responses. For example, for me, it always saves time when I go to some API, for example, with PayPal. I will show you it later a bit. And I don't need to find, in most cases, some documentation and spend my time in Google. I just can ask Copilot, and this guy will respond me good results with real data. Yeah, this one more score that we count on, and let's take a look how it's working. Okay, in this case, it's accessed to some existing API, and yeah, it requires some API key, but always we can adjust our queries. What is really working good with GitHub Copilot, but not in Tab9 or in Code Whisper. Let's adjust our query. Convert from free API. Okay, let's try. I want to point out also that when you trying to adjust your request and got some better results, sometimes it can fail because it's not ideal tool, and it's okay for this. You just need from my experience, I can say you just need to learn how it's working in general and learn how to behave with these tools. And after that, you really can spend less time on your development than on the beginning. Because when we did some workshops and provide some information for different teams, I noticed that on the beginning, when developer starts working with these tools, he spent really a lot of time to understand how it's working and how to behave with this, how to write correct prompts from first query, and yeah, this is really important. You just need to learn this. So in our case, it's not, it didn't generate for us free. We can actually skip this, because if you will go further and will try to adjust more and more cases, it can, I can say, it can go through not correct way. Yeah. Okay. This is just my recommendation and how to deal with AI tools like this. One more thing that we count, it's generating from some serial. It's really useful. For example, I want to build some PayPal service to get some transaction list on the front end on the website, and I need to set up some API. And to do this, I don't have here some .NET examples. I can just copy this code from serial and ask, please add new service to get transactions from PayPal. Yeah, let me add this. This is actually also good point example, because in currently GitHub Copilot become really more powerful, and he knows more. He get knowledge, learn it, and he knows more and more tools, NuGet packages, and how to use them. And you don't need to copy some course and ask to generate some code, because you can get ready to use code. You just need to only put your client secret, and all code provided from real examples. But let me just for demonstration add one, sorry, add one more method, get, don't remember for what this, get transaction from CURL. Yeah, and we can put this CURL. Okay, it's not working here because, so I think it's not working because it has context what we have here, and it knows that we already have this method. Okay, it also prevents us from making some mistakes. Let me just show you this case with some different CURL. I found this is actually really useful for me when I trying to get to scrap some data from websites, for example, or for QA automation tests writing. And okay, this is some 11 Labs service. This is also AI service to transform text to voice, if I'm not mistaken. And I just put some CURL from his website and ask it to just check how it's looking. Okay, and we got a ready to use method, which can help us just immediately make this request. Okay, let's go further. I hope we have time. Yeah, we have time. Okay. Yeah, and in these cases, I did this. I executed these queries in different tools, and what we have in results that you can see that not all tools can process queries like this. Yeah. Let's go one more thing. This is really common case what we use. I think almost every day what we do is that we do some transforming, searching, or extracting any data from strings. Yeah, and let's try to check what we have. If you noted that I trying to put queries as much as I can with context and what I have in input and what I expect from this query. Yeah, and so here, for example, I ask it to, so I have some, I believe this is some JSON string or whatever, what I got from response, and I need to get this number from this string. Yeah, and this guy generated for me some service, I believe, with some mistake models. Yeah, but it's okay or not okay. Yeah, we can. Yeah, as for me, it's not looking really good. Okay. I didn't when I query this, I didn't expect this result, but we can write query, just write prompt just to adjust that I need I need in result to number 100. Okay, but yeah, okay, it's enough because previously, so every time when you start put your prompt and it generates something, for example, here is, as for me, it's overworking from Copilot because I didn't ask him to generate for me such a detailed example. I just need to extract 100 from that string, but it when you're trying to adjust, it keeps that previous way and previous models. If you want, for example, to discard all of this, you can clear your chat and go work on this from scratch. But by the way, it generates for us a good result. Let's go. Yeah. Also, we measure it. Yeah, I will show you some our results in after this demo. What we had, some stars, but I think you already can say who is the winner. And one more thing that really helps us, this, for example, explanation of code. We can use some different thing. What do we need? Bearer. Okay, let me find something interesting. Okay, let it be user agent. Yeah, we can ask GitHub Copilot to explain for us. This feature exists in every AI tool, but not every AI tool working such good as GitHub Copilot. And in the latest updates, I noted that it even provides for us some links to documentation and some explanations, code examples, and even more and more. Yeah. So for us, it was also key metric to measure what tool is better to use. And let's try to write to complete this function. Okay, I want to add some service. Yeah, I copied. Yeah, I want to add some CSV parser service. Yeah, actually, sorry, I missed. I actually let me stop this and a little bit adjust this method one param and return. We already have some employee model. We can put this model, we just can refer actually this model into our result. So I ask it to generate some CSV parser that accepts some file and returns and parses our employee model that generates this. Yeah, as you can see, this time it provided for us. Note that we need to install CSV helper, but it's already done. Yeah, and Yeah, let's insert this. Where is this? Okay, by the way. CSV parser. Yeah, let it be service. So let's check. Yeah, it returns for us some employee data. Yeah, what is really good. And let me ask him to call this service here. Call CSV service CSV. Actually, I can refer this. Yeah. Yeah, so and we can easily inject our data here and work with this. Okay, let me back to our examples. Yeah, you can easily work with different examples. For example, here is I call inject some Azure Blob service, but you can actually do whatever. What are you doing every day? It can be work with some databases. For example, add new service employee DB context that works with SQL and basic code methods. Yeah. So in result, we have configuration for our context, DB context. It already knows that we need to implement DB context interface. It has DB set, what is really great. Yeah, it provide even cool comments and ready to use methods. Yeah, it's basic, but for us, it's enough to put some small query to generate this instead of writing this code by ourselves or searching or go to Google and search some basic examples from Microsoft, for example, and just do copy paste. Yeah, and it works with all common things for .NET, Java, even it works also for Python. Last time I worked with Python, and for me it's really good because I don't have enough knowledge how Python works, but Copilot provides me really good examples. And what I need is just fix some code issues or just a bit adjust logic that it provides. Yeah. Okay. What is important thing is about unit test. Everyone works with this. And let me just demonstrate you some common thing in GitHub Copilot. It also works in Tab 9 and AWS Code Whisper, but not good as we have here. For example, here I asked it to write some tests for our currency service, which converts some USD to yuan. And this results what we received. Yeah. Let me demonstrate this thing on some function. Okay, let it be even this. What we need for this is just select tests. We can also adjust our prompt. Our prompt, or here it's command, with some adjustments. For example, I want to use some mock or auto data or auto and sorry, I forgot, and auto fixture, auto fix and auto fixture. Let's try this. It's not always working good, but for basic initialization, it's enough to start work on unit tests, or just sometimes you don't have enough time and you wrote a lot of code and you need just a bit write some tests, and this is working fine. Yeah. So here is our test. It's not very good, but as I said, it's enough to work with this. Yeah. I would like, yeah, I see we have a bit time. I would like to show you one more good example how to work with front-end part in combination with backend part. Actually, I'm not a front-end developer. I worked with front-end 2 years ago. But for example, yesterday I tried to create some project and use some prompts to generate some data, views, etc. And I was really surprised. Okay, I've added new project. It's just basic Vue.js website. So what we have here, it's our main. Yeah. Yes, linked. Let's wait for this up view. Okay, we have the welcome component. Okay, hello world. Okay, so let me write here prompt what I want to do. Okay, let's okay, good. Okay, it's completed. Sorry, processing with installing some npm packages. Okay, and so I have some basic application with CSV parser service. For example, we put some CSV file and we need to list items from this file in the table. And I would like to add some component for listing this data. Add new view component for list data from data in data employee. And so what we have function. Yeah, this is, yeah, it's a HTTP trigger. And call API plus function. Or I think we can also mark. Okay, let's take a look at what it generates. Okay, I copied this and let me add this component. What employee dot view. So what we have here, yeah, as for me, this really good example that we have template for our component. It actually put really good, valid data, because we have what we have in employer. Yeah, we have employer ID, first name, city, middle name, city. So it put correct names. We have some script with data workflow for Vue.js. I don't remember, to be honest, how it called, but we have created, we have fetch, and yeah, one problem that it put wrong function URL, but it gives us hint that we need to put here our request. Yeah. And in result, even for developers who don't have enough experience with front-end, you can easily work with generating some code pieces with any front-end frameworks, even with Angular or React, yeah, whatever. Okay, let me back to our, so in general, we made this discovery, and what we got that, so what we got that leader of this competition, GitHub Copilot, and with the last 3-4 months, it become even more and more better than Tab 9. I've seen that sometimes, for example, Tab 9 worked better with front-end part than GitHub Copilot, but now we have exact leader with this. Yeah, I would like to just point out a few important things that how in general it implicates on developer. What I felt when I use these tools, that in general, what is good, I mean, let's say this some conclusions, and you have to point, you have to count this. So the first thing, you can increase your productivity, you can reduce your bug, because usually it provides you really good examples and bugs happens in let's say in logic side, but not in business logic side, but not in the code provided in most cases. Yeah, you can achieve some best practices because also in most cases it provides you some examples from I don't remember, sorry, from some popular sources where people just wrote this responsible just conversations about best practices and code examples. Yeah, also you can learn faster and learning from these examples. Why? Because it also provides you correct and let's say last up-to-date examples for using different tools, and you can learn from this. But also what is not really good, and as I said, I felt on myself that you can get some skill atrophy because you just you becoming just AI prompt engineer, and you don't spend such a lot of time for coding and understanding what a problem. You just writing prompts, adjusting this, and expecting that it will work. That also consequences that of skill atrophy, that deep lack of deep understanding, and yeah, you don't write some complex solution. In most cases, in generic solutions from just common solution, yeah. And you don't work with some domain complex knowledge, yeah. And it became a problem. I felt on myself, but so I understood that it's not good to use such a lot this AI tool to generate code and write this code. And I start learn a lot of things from scratch to just understand how it's working. Yeah, because it became a problem. Yeah, I see that we don't have a lot of time. Let's keep this slide and let's go to QA session.
Thank you so much, Roman. Actually, we had a wonderful presentation, and even me, who is non-technical person, I do have some questions on the out of that. It may be really basic, but I'm really curious how you manage that. So we know that the world is really changing and technologies are rapidly evolving like every day. How would you suggest like ensuring that those AI tools that you use, they are still remaining like up to date? Because I guess it's like really hard to, still pave this wave and, be on the top of technology.
So in general, it grows every day because AI, in case with GitHub Copilot, in comparison with another tools, GitHub Copilot grows every day. And for example, yesterday I couldn't make this request to generate some front-end part in combination with backend part, but today I can make it. Tomorrow, some new features appears, and every day with new releases, AI tools become more powerful. And as for me, you actually need to follow all of these updates, and you can easily increase your productivity, because I think future that in future really strong developer should knows how to use these tools, and I think we will have more requirements from developers with, for example, with speed of writing code, and just usual developer, if we see 5 years ago, usual developer can't write such a lot of code and good code then we can do it now with these AI tools. Yeah, I think the main response on this is balancing between your skills and knowledge and using such tools like GitHub Copilot. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you for that. Actually, as I see, you already covered some of the questions that we have in the chat. Like, for example, the ones about what is better, like GitHub Copilot or Amazon Code Whisper. But we do also have one comment from our viewer that AWS might seem to be an op tool for general coding, but it really shines when you use it in AWS context. I know maybe you want something.
Yeah, I know. So what I want to say about this, some every domain, such for example, AWS or Azure, or some different tools. I believe IBMI also has some own AI tool, or for example, SAP with ABAP programming language. All of this all of these companies, big companies, trying to implement own AI tools for coding or for easier access to work with their services. Yeah, and this is like a trending because we can see a lot of examples. And in case with Amazon, yeah, it's really good to use this with Amazon tools. Like I don't really remember how it goes, like Terraforms, and to create some DevOps, to do some DevOps work. And using Amazon Code Whisper, it's really working good, even better than GitHub Copilot. Yeah, and in that case, better to use that tool or in combination with some different tools.
Okay, sounds legit. So we do have a few more interesting questions, like of course about the security one. Can you share like maybe some examples? How should developers stay aware of like the security issues when using the AI tools?
So about security, okay. Let me demonstrate one thing. Probably I can. Okay, I don't have this here. Okay, about security. First thing, what you have to do is go to your account settings, and I believe this is not here. This setting in your account, in GitHub account, and you can enable or disable one setting to don't public your code suggestions and don't allow to learn from your prompts for GitHub Copilot. So, and it will allow you to don't mention your code or some, for example, some restricted data, like some credentials to database or API URL, API secrets. Yeah, but this works with personal. GitHub Copilot has actually different type of, let's say, subscriptions. It's personal, business, probably enterprise. But in case with business, you have some own tenant, and this data shares only through your tenant. But you can face some problems if you don't disable sharing your knowledge or your examples prompts to learn for Copilot. For example, last time what I faced, this is so I had similar project with some local settings, and I put secure some connection strings or secret. Yeah. What I did, I shared a link and invited my friend to project, and he started work on this, but I didn't share application settings with him. But when he created this file and did the same, just started to add his own some settings, GitHub Copilot suggests my API key, and he can use my key. Yeah. And it was not a good case, but it can share your case between different contexts. But I believe in our case, it was problems that it's not a problem. It was context inside of our solution, and Copilot, I believe, somehow he knows that we use the same project, and he can suggest some secrets to put, which I put before in different project. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. We do also have a comment, I think, regarding maybe the previous one or this one. It is worth mentioning that the enterprise plan for GitHub Copilot has the ability to learn from your code. This greatly improves the quality of suggestions, which is great, I guess. And the last question for today, I think, is like the cherry on the top. I really like it because, you know, it's like more not about technology, but in general about the future of humanity, let's say. How would you propose balancing AI tool automation with a human overseeing for maintaining code quality? So what do you think about that?
Can you repeat, sorry, one more time?
How would you propose balancing AI tool automation with the human overseeing to maintain the code quality?
How I can actually, it's for me it's hard to suggest some really good process for this. I think you just need to do, as I said, this in balance, in combination. Write some code. You can start write your code with some simple queries and go to more complex and complex. But in result, when you have you wrote some code, services, features, every time just try to send this for your team for overseeing, for review, and team will make some suggestions or changes. Also, these suggestions will be included into so Copilot will count the suggestions if you will make them, and next time you can even see them. What I mean, if, for example, if I put this model, okay, it's not good example. For example, when I tried to generate this code 5 months ago, it generates me just one method. But now it generates me interface, all let's say all ready to use code that I can use, and no one will know have any questions to this code. And yeah, you can edit this and also teach Copilot how to write better code. Yeah.
Great. So thank you so much, Roman. Kudos to you. You actually nailed that. It was a wonderful presentation. Thank you once again. And if you have any other questions, you can write them in chat and we will review it and reply with the email. You'll have the recording as well tomorrow. We'll send you the AI cookbook once again. And don't forget to share some of your ideas or your reactions, your feedback to our event or in general to our cookbook, and tag the Intellias AI just to win the 1-year subscription for the Copilot. Wishing you the best and have a great evening. See you on our next events.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.